What is up, you guys, and welcome to the Chosen League podcast, where fire sports content is the name of the game. I'm your host, Devon, and in today's episode, I'm going to be talking to you guys about last night's game, Chicago Skies versus New York Liberty. But before we get into all that, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload an episode. Also, watch this video all the way to the end because I don't want you guys missing out what I have in store for you today. But anyways, let's get into it. Chicago Skies give New York Liberty their first loss of the season. This was a home game for New York Liberty. Packed. It was a packed arena. Angel Reese, Marbury, Kennedy Carter. A lot of these great players on the Chicago Skies roster really came out and played. They really did their thing. Chicago came in, beat them 90-81. And question for discussion: what are your thoughts on Chicago Skies giving New York Liberty their first loss of the season? What are your thoughts on New York Liberty getting their first loss of the season? Let me know in that comment section. But anyways, Chicago Skies in the first quarter, I seen you started to see a lot of the pick and roll. In the beginning, from tip off, Williams, she had a mid range shot in the corner, and her second shot was a fancy footwork post move, and then switches to the fadeaway shot and makes the shot. So she had two mid-range shots in the first quarter on the pick and roll. Mabry was really in her bag, really getting it done, knocking down a couple of threes. And Kennedy Carter really did a great job herself attacking the basket. And so with that in mind, with Chicago Skies, Angel Reese 13 points, 9 rebounds, Mabry 21 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. And basically defensively for Chicago and New York Liberty, they basically played great defense in the paint. Not 90% of the time, 99% of the time it was in the paint. They played well. They played well in the paint. I started to see they were trading a lot of three-pointers. So Sabrina and the Jokic, they both made two three-pointers in the first quarter. Mabry made a three-point shot in the first quarter. Laney Hamilton made a three-point shot in the second quarter. Stewart made two three-pointers in the third quarter. But that one three she took, she ended up getting fouled. And 3-point play, basically 4-point play, makes the three and then convert. It's a 4-point play conversion. You know, and those are key, especially in those moments where you need a shot. Even if you're losing and you need a shot to get your team back in the game, those 4-point plays could come in handy. Because if you make a 3-point shot in a clutch situation, you never know where it can go. So it was a lot of trading shots, and I love the fact that Chicago and Liberty, they didn't hesitate to come back and score. And really, it was just so much of a back and forth battle. It was shot for shot, whether it was a mid range, whether it was in the paint, whether it was a three, they were going to do it. And Liberty with their second chance opportunities, most of those came in the paint, as you've seen by Laney Hamilton. She had a putback layup in that possession. There were a lot of fast break opportunities as well for both teams. You seen the one pass from Angel Reese. She was at the 3-point line in the corner, passes it to her teammate who gets the layup. Marbury had a floater in the game. She attacks the basket, gets the layup. Um, Sabrina was knocking down threes, like I said before. That's their star player, Sabrina, for New York Liberty, knocking down threes, attacking the paint. She even had a floater, and she made a contested mid-range shot in the first half. So I just think for Liberty, when it came to that comeback, we already know they were really was neck and neck. It was like the second quarter, they were tying the game. It was a tie game. Chicago or Liberty takes the lead, but nobody was able to maintain the lead like Chicago. Chicago maintained the lead, Liberty didn't. That's what really hurt them. The layup made by Jones is what gave them the lead, but Liberty just couldn't maintain the lead due to Chicago making it difficult for them because every possession Chicago was scoring, and also the turnovers by Liberty is what held them back. In my opinion, that's what really held them back. Just watching that game, if they would have just limited their turnovers, and you know the game would have probably been different. Chicago, well, Liberty wouldn't have lost by the amount of points that they did. And Sabrina with 19 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. Stewart 18, 10, and 5. So she had a double double. She had a double double. And this is how the game goes. First loss for Liberty. Um, they're gonna bounce back in their next game, pretty much. And do what needs to be done to win. Chicago Skies is this is a team on the rise. I mean, you have to watch out for players like Angel Reese, Kennedy Carter. Kennedy Carter to me is like she's all around. She could attack the paint. She can get the mid range going. She could dish it out to her teammates. The ball movement from both teams were great. I love the ball movement. A lot of times on defense too. Not only was it the playing well in the paint, they played well on the perimeter as well. The double teams, I just think for Chicago, they started to get better defensively because there were some times that you know Liberty would they would get a quick pass and they'll leave somebody would be open in the paint, and then now you it's like you can't stop it. So also those fast break opportunities really came in handy for both teams on certain possessions when they really needed it. But anyways, that is all for today's episode. Once again, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload an episode. I'm Devon, and I'm signing off.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show.